أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج عليه السلام. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عليهم أجمعين. Respected viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. In our second clip, we commenced with the meanings and the deeper meanings of the verses and the phrases of Dua al-Ahad, and we stopped at وَرَبَّ الْكُرْسِيِّ الرَّفِيعِ. And so, let us look into Rabb al-Kursi al-Rafi', let us look into the Kursi, the throne, in the light of the traditions of Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salatu wasalam. Hafs bin Riyas narrates that I asked Imam Sadiq alayhimu salatu wasalam about this verse. Now we see that people have been asking Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhimu salatu wasalam because he's the one who told this dua. And Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhimu salatu wasalam says, and his throne encompasses the heavens and the earth. Imam, peace be upon him, replied, it refers to the knowledge of Allah. That is from Al-Tawheed of Shaykh Saduq, rahmatullahi alayha, page 327. In another tradition, when Fudail ibn Yasir, rahmatullahi alayhi, about whom Imam alayhi salam said that Fudail is from us Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon him, and he asked Imam that the word throne, what does it mean? And Imam, peace be upon him, said, O Fudail, all things are within the throne. The heavens and the earth and everything else is in the throne. Again, Al-Tawheed of Shaykh Saduq, page 327. In the third tradition, Zurara rahmatullahi alayhi, who has enumerated among the special disciples of Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam, had asked Imam whether the heavens and the earth have encompassed the throne or the throne encompasses the heavens and the earth. And Imam alayhi salatu wasalam says, nay, rather the throne encompasses the heavens and the earth and the arsh. The throne encompasses all things. And so again also Al-Tawheed Shaykh al-Saduq, page 337. From this we derive that the throne of Allah does not only mean that it is a king's throne, but rather in a broader sense it means the knowledge of Allah that encompasses everything. The above traditions clarify that the throne attributed towards Allah, the majestic and the mighty, refers to the knowledge, and when the word throne or arsh is used for Allah, it doesn't imply that his throne or arsh is like our seats or our thrones and that Allah sits on them. Unlike what some people believe that Allah has a body and shall be seen on the day of judgment and that he shall satiate the fire of hell, na'udhu billah, astaghfirullah, with himself. Allah is purified from all such characteristics and false allegations. Let us now look at the next verse that says, وَرَبَّ الْبَحْرِ الْمَسْجُورِ. The word bahr means an ocean or a sea, and its plural is abhur or bahur or bihar. Bahrul Masjur refers to that heavenly ocean which is below the divine empyrean. Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam, peace be upon him, says, it is an ocean in which the heavens beneath the divine empyrean. Biharul Anwar, volume 55, page 107, tradition number 54. Zayd ibn Wahab narrates that Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wassalam prayed as follows, and the Lord of the swollen ocean, that which encompasses the worlds. Join us for our next clip, whereby we will look at the fourth verse, وَمُنزِلَ التَّوْرَاةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ إِنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ تَبَارَكَ وَتَعَالَى وَآخِرَ الدَّعْوَانَ عَنِ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج عليه السلام.